Hello my lovely people. This is Darcy. Welcome to my channel, Darcy's Misadventures with Miss Mixed Media. I have a mess on my desk. I realize I'm gonna make sure my phone is in the right, my phone is my camera. Make sure I'm actually in the right place today and not like working at the bottom of the screen like the last video. Sorry about that. I wanted to go live, but I can't fit I could do it on sorry, I'm trying to turn off there we go. Oh, and I haven't plugged in yep, I'm just gonna bumble around. We're just gonna like act like it's alive, and I'm not gonna stop it and restart it every few minutes. We'll see, unless I need to go look for something. I wanted to go live because it's Thanksgiving, and I know that there may be some people out there that are lonely, but there's no place to put my computer or to have my computer face what I'm working on. You know what I mean? And I'm not eligible to do it on my phone. That's probably where you need the 1,000 subscribers or something like that. So I apologize for anyone who is lonely today and would have enjoyed a chat with me, but sorry. So I'll just go ahead and do what I was gonna do and go from there. I may turn on some Christmas movies in the background. But anyway, I was going to start with some art journaling. You know, just have to find out where in the world I put my journal. I don't know. Never mind. We'll start with these tags. I need to work on these tags. So yesterday, I made so many tags. Painted some tags. It's basically what I did. And I just use my brayer. Hold on. I have my phone plugged in, so there's this cord here, right in the middle of everywhere. Okay, move that out of the way. No other cords are showing right now. Good, good, good. Just gonna bumble a little bit here. It's okay. According to Gail, hers was a bumbling video today, but you know, things don't go perfectly. Hopefully they went perfectly with her meal today, and whoever did the cooking. I don't know if she does the cooking or her husband does, because I know he likes to cook. Anyway, so like this one I brayered on. I did the two colors on the pad at the same time. I don't have a jelly print, so I just do it on, you want to see what it looks like? I haven't washed it off yet. And I might not, because it almost acts like a jelly print, because like these dry bits, when you put wet paint on it, will come back up and give me that nice grungy look, which you'll see on a couple of these. But this one I put a couple colors down and just brayered it on. Brayer. Do you know what a brayer is? A lot of people do. Not everybody does. I forget things like that. It's like a rolling pin for paint. This is a brayer right here. And then sometimes like I'll leave the paint on there, and then as the wet paint gets on it, this paint will come off and make it nice and grungy. Like here's a grungy one right here. And I had a background to begin with, but then I did a layer of green, a light layer of green, then a layer of red-ish. Then I did a few black specks and white specks and stenciling, and that's what all these are. And a couple of them I've already added pictures to. Like this one, I did a little stamping, stenciling, it's got the paint back there, and then I added the kitty. And this one, all the colors were perfect for this picture, because we got the blue and the green and the red. Well, this is more of a burgundy, but it's okay. It's still, you know, I liked it. And this one, I actually used a paintbrush on this background. It just kind of went back and forth, and I used a green and a teal and the aqua, I think, were the three colors I used back there. And she has kind of a bluish tinge to her coat there, so I thought, well, that's kind of cute. And he had some like teal in his stars and his gloves, so I thought that was a good one for that. I kind of wish I cut that out, but it would be so hard to do with a thing. And then this one, I don't know, her face is so pale, I don't think it mattered what color I put on there, she still would have looked pale. Sometimes though, it is hard to cover up the painting with something big like that, because it's just, you know, it's pretty and I like it. Like this one will have enough showing probably that I'll have, you know, a picture in there somewhere. Also, I didn't have anything planned, and like, but this one is so big it would cover up the whole card. Like, See how pretty that card is? But then if you put him on there, you can't see anything. So some of my things that I have are just too big right now. So I'll show you real quick the ones that I made yesterday. And this is actually just, it was a tag I printed out on somewhat a light cardstock. And I'll back it. But I wasn't in love with what it was, so I just covered it with the paint. Did some polka dots on that one. This one you can't really see the stenciling, but it's a light stenciling there. This is my cousin's husband sent my boys a big box of like playing card size cards so that they could create their own video game. Not video game, board game. Because they like to play Dominion and stuff like that. Settlers of Catan, Ticket to Ride, you know, games like that. We do that when we're on vacation at the pond. It's usually with them. So this one I actually had already gessoed and did some stenciling. And then I put paint over that and did some more stenciling. And I have to show you some of these stencils I use. I just use a piece of the stencil. So even though like you'd never know that was from a Christmas tree stencil. I just, you know, used it on the corners. So, and then that one I thought came out really pretty. But I don't want to cover it. So that one might not get covered. I might back it just to, it's just a thin cardstock. And here's an example of the grunge that gets picked up on that plastic sheet. And then I just did a black damask stencil over that. And I like the white drips because it really brightens it up. And I usually use the black metallic and the white metallic, or at least part white metallic. I think I mixed some regular acrylic white and some metallic white acrylic. This one got a little messed up, but something will go over that. I actually cut it off the top of another tag because I didn't like the way it looked on the top, and the writing, I could tell which way the writing was going. And then this one, you know, I did the green, I let it dry, and then I did the burgundy over it. And, you know, after that dried, did the spots, and then after the spots, I do the stenciling, which you can't hardly tell there's polka dots on there, but there is. And that was actually a really long tag. So I cut it down. And then I have two matching tags. And another one that I did the green, let it dry, and I did the red, and then I did the stenciling. Because you don't want to really do red and green at the same time, or you're going to get muddy brown. So you do, and this is one I did another time. I had, this tag originally just had some blue watercolor on it. And then I just, you know, braided some green and red on there and stenciled and did this. I think I do black drips on that one? Might have just done white ones on that one. Usually I'll do both. Oh, I see a couple tiny. I try not to go overboard with the black. And this was some, I don't know if you can see the typewriter key type, but the round letters under there. And then I just braided over that, which is cool to do that with some scrapbook paper because you still see a little something behind it, but then you also get the color, and it just gives it that nice grungy look. And that would work with book pages, and I do have one some here with music page when we get to it. This is a long one too, I think, that I cut down, or it was wide this way. Cut it down. And this was red scrapbook paper behind there, and then I had some stencils on there, which you can almost see. And did some, the red ended up looking kind of pink after everything, and then did some teal. But see, this is what color the paper was. You would never know now that that's what color it was. And I kind of went through all the colors. Started with the greens, went to some aquas and blues, and then some yellow, which, you know, when you still have some blues and teals on there, and then, you know, you get those little background things, and your yellow kind of turns a green color. There's a pocket. So a lot of these I just had in my stash, and they're just ready to do something with. And I was like, well, it's Christmas time. Let me just make a whole bunch. Although this one is just green. I mean, it could work for most any journal, depending on what you put on it as a focal point. And this one, I actually did not use the brayer on this one. This is one where I pounced the paint and had 3 colors, and so you get that really cool texture and just variation of color in there, which is fun. That one I probably should show how I do. And then this one's just has the white paper behind, brayered on some of that aqua teal and the drips and the stencil, and that's it. Easy peasy. And that, yeah, that one's teal. Because I have some kits. Like I got the pink, some pink ephemera, and I did get the Dreams Etc. And this one you could see the line from the brayer, but that's okay. It's still cool. Let's see. Yeah, I did these all yesterday. I sat at my desk for so long. And then I have a bunch of stencils, and I just used the corners at the corners. Oh, this is another one with the pouncing, with the that I used the paintbrush on. And this one is a pocket that I had ready to go, and I just went ahead and, you know, brayered the green on. Then when that was dry, brayered the red on. And you can kind of see there is some red stencil on there. You can't see it a lot, but you know, once there's a focal point here, you'll be able to see the stenciling there, which is fun. This one is, I don't know if you can see, it's like kind of black and red, because I'm hoping to do a black and red Christmas journal, so I figured why not. But it was metallic black, so it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, I guess. I don't know, it feels weird. And then I had some pink and green stuff that I did. And this is just on, I know what this is on, really thin cardstock. So most of these will get backed, because even if they're not a thin cardstock, they get messy on the back. So there's that. And oh, this was a Project Life card. So you can still see the recipes through on the back a little bit. And I may, you know, either cut or rip a little journaling spot and just let the edges show. And then that's the front. I think it just had some presents at the bottom that you can't see anymore. Some variation of color there. I've got all my little fussy cut pieces. I was trying to match up some stuff yesterday. I was having such a hard time, and that one's just the blue and the green. I used the sapphire, chip sapphire, I think, for the stencil. And then we have some green and teal. So we got green, teal, blue all in there. And that, you can hardly see the stencil. It's a bright green in the stencil. But it helps cover up some of the white too when you add the stencil. And I forgot to do the other side. I was going to do the other side red. Oh well, do it another time. It'll get done maybe. And this one came off. This was a paper. Oh, it just had some red damask in the background, which you can hardly see, but you know, through there you can see a little bit of the. So this is just paper. It was taped to cardstock, but it wasn't taped very well apparently. And maybe I was going to sew it, and that's why. And then you've got the red stenciling, so it was fun. I wish it was bigger though, because they would be, although I still could. And what I might do is I just need to find another tag for it to go on that's bigger. I have my, what do I have? Oh, here it is. I have this. And so I think, whoops, get it in there all the way. I think if I did the edges of this using this, if it would work right. Oh, that one came out better. You have to flip it every time to get all the corners to be the same. Yeah, that first one didn't do great, so I would put that down at the bottom maybe. Although I want, let's see. Actually, probably do it this way, just so that there was red beside her green coat, which would make her coat pop a little bit. So that, on a bigger card, I think would be cute. So I'm going to keep those together. That's an old one. This one was, I think, where I did the... You can't see the texture anymore because I've put it through the Sizzix to flatten it. But it was, I think it was just where I was just splotching paint on for that one too. That's an old one that I did, and that's where I used the paintbrush and just kind of varied the color. And that's another one where I just splotched the paint on. This is this one I didn't do yesterday. It's just they're all on my desk right now, so you're just kind of seeing them in the order. So this one was a collage, which I then did put through the Sizzix, so it's like more flat. And then that's just a little graphic that I found online. I think it's public domain, but he's so cute. He's a little bear and he's reading a book. And whoops, this is one from the mixed media that I did. And this one, I did flatten it through the Sizzix, and I also put some of the gel matte medium over it to kind of protect it, or I don't know. I was trying to see what that felt like anyway. And then I put him on. He's not gel matte mediumed because I have an inkjet printer, and the colors run a little bit when I do that. And there's this one. Oh, and this one's spoken for though. So this is a little bit raised, but less raised. This is the texture paste. And then this one I also did the gel matte medium. I think I did it everywhere. That's why my marshmallows are a little bit discolored. But yeah, I did the gel matte medium on the whole thing, and I ran it through the Sizzix. So I still have a little texture with this, but it's not as raised, so it takes away some of the bulk. And you can't even feel, well, you can feel a little bit, but hardly. And then I backed that with some grid paper. That it's a digital that I got on Etsy. Oh yeah, that one's, gotta put that one up there. That one's spoken for. Oh, you can kind of see the difference, how the color ran a little bit on this one compared to that one. So I'm trying not, if I do any gel matte medium, I do it beforehand, but it does, this one might have, I don't think I did anything on this one. Although I see brush strokes, so maybe I did some, I don't know, I tried. I wish I had paid attention to what I did. I did some Mod Podge on some and gel matte medium on some, just to see if it would give it a smoother finish. So I think this might be the gel matte medium and this might be the Mod Podge because it's shinier. But didn't really need them. Let's see, all these, oh, I found these last night. These will all go on something. Going through my pile. Which I couldn't find those last night, which was irritating me because, alright, so here's just this, you know, collage, some Christmas pages, and, sorry, but when my sun's out, the sun is out and shining in and making everything seem darker. Even though I have this light, it doesn't help. I'm gonna have to go get my other one. So yeah, collage and a little gesso and some stenciling. And when you do stenciling on the whole thing like that, it just gives it a more cohesive look, like it's one piece of paper, even though it's not. More fussy cutting. See, I printed these as they were from Tsunami Rose, and they're just all too big. But I did order the GIFs and the JPEGs and the PNGs. Unfortunately, the PNGs did not come transparent. They were just the same as the JPEGs. So I did have to convert those myself after all. But look at, he's so cute. He'll fit on something. But yeah, a lot of these were just too big, so I need to go back and reprint them. Well, he'll fit on something. But this is why I did some with blue, because you know you've got those blue things. But all my reds are not the right color to match that, pretty much. That one's too big. I used her on something already. These were ones I did last week. Remember I'd done the mixed media, and then I was like, oh, let me do another background page. So I did, which is what all the seafoam green ones are. And that was the mixed media one that I did on my channel. That one's kind of big. That one's too big. So yeah, if you do get the pictures from Tsunami Rose, you might want to do them 2 to a page, but then some of them might be a little too small. And then some of them are in 2 sizes, like the blue shoe came 2 different sizes. But yeah, the Santas, they're just, I have to make giant journal cards for those. Some of this other stuff I don't care as much about. Oh, puppy, I think I was thinking about putting him on this one. That's the one that I did last week. Just using the brayer and the same thing. Same effect, and then more of the collage with some gesso. One of them I did a little heavy on the gesso, but let's see. And then this one I started with pink paper. Then did the brayering, mixed a couple of greens. If you see similar colors like greens and aquas and blues, I did those all at once. But if you see greens and reds, I let the green dry and then I added the red. Oh, and then this one started out, I think I had just cream on there and some aquas in there. And so yeah, that's a surprise for somebody. She does shabby chic, so hopefully she can use that, not even in a Christmas journal necessarily. That's just a little piece, the same thing. And there's a big one, which I can keep like that or cut it down depending on what I need. Whoops. And this one has some cool texture in it just because my brayer was so wet. But it's cool. Still looks cool. And this is another one where I splotched the paint on. So you can see it's different than the brayered ones. This one's a brayered one, and then has, I can't even, oh, it has that the big piece of damask in black on there. That one, it was pink underneath, pink paper, I think. And then I did the teal. And then like this weird green color. So I'm not sure. Unless I find a picture that has those weird colors in it, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that one. I can always paint over it. So I have a few of the yellowy, greeny ones. But like this here, I think was... I have some stencils, and I just used like parts of the stencil. And just kind of used the ends of them to get the swirlies. And this, isn't that cool? When I did the brayer, I got that, it kind of looked like that on the mat, and so I just pushed that down in the mat. And it's just really, really cool. Couldn't do it again if I tried. And more. I think this is also using the brush, splotching the paint with the brush. And that was just light, really light brayering, like a dry paint with the stencil on top. There was a light stencil underneath there on the very paper I started with. It's mixed media paper, but you can't even see it anymore. And another one of those cards. So you can see the variation of color. So what I do is I'll like put like green and teal and maybe the green again and just kind of roll it so that I get these variations of color, so it's not all one color. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the lines, that was also a little too wet. These are not in the order that I did them, obviously. And that was more of a dry brayered. So when you do it with paint starting to dry, or there's a lot less paint on your brayer, you get, you know, more like that instead of like this. Well, that one's a little in between. Or when it's really wet, you get those little wrinkly looking lines in it. This was on some yellow, I don't know if you've seen that paper. It's got the yellow with the clocks on this side. So that had a yellow background already, and this one's just, I had a bunch of paper that was already cut into tag sizes, and so I just did, it just went through. And then this one I over gessoed a little bit. And so yeah. And this one, well, since I put the ornament on there, I can't find any fussy cuts I like on there, so it may just stay like that. And this one will probably be a pocket and a book, maybe. Like I said, a little. But when I do some, if I do vintage photo or coffee ink over it, it'll take away the white and just make it look more aged. And that's just a little piece, just on a piece of cardstock. I didn't gesso these first or anything. Yeah, I had all this cardstock that was just plain white, and that, or cardstock and some. You know, this is that yellow paper again. Is it Graphics 45? I can't remember. It's from Tuesday Morning anyway. And I bought a pack of it. And, you know, so you get like 20 pages of like this one pattern. And you're like, what am I going to do with all this? So that's what you do. You just paint over it. You got a million of it. Not million, you know, 20, 30, whatever it is. That's another one where I use the paintbrush. It has a fun effect. I usually use 3 colors that are close to each other, so that when you're blending you don't end up with browns and stuff. If I was going to use a contrasting color, I would let the one color dry, and then I would add a color that might get too muddy. This one I had gessoed, so I don't know if you can see the lines in there, and it just sat in my box with nothing happening to it. And then here is another Project Life card. This one had stripes behind it, so I tried to do really light on the brayering so the stripes would still show. And that was just a little piece of cardstock. Oh, this one actually was music. I had music glued onto this cardstock. So you can hardly see the music under there, that one, because it's so dark. There's another one that's not so bad. And another Project Life card, which, even though I could leave it like that, I don't know, because it's just got so much, it's kind of messy. So, I don't know, might cover it, might not. This, I'm trying to think of what's under that. Because usually the ones that have the green on them are more likely to have, I see some writing back there. So that might have just been book page. I'm not sure. I don't remember doing a book page one. And that one I put an ornament on. So that's another collaged one. Let's see. There's more fussy cutting, more collage, more things to put on them. Another piece that was from the mixed media page that I did. This one has a lot of the really cool wrinkly lines in it too. I did a little stamping and a little stenciling, and another collaged one. And the collage ones I did earlier this week. And then this was, you see the color, the pink paper. And so you can see a little of the pink behind there. And I just did green on there and did pink stencil. This one was blue and did some green and some pink. Yeah, this one must have been blue behind it, because I didn't use any light blue paint yesterday. And this one, just dry braid, did some pink polka dots on it. I think that came out cute. And this one is like textured paper, so the lines really show, and got the bright green and the pink. And this one has some of that more of that wrinkly effect from just having my paint be a little too wet on the brayer, but still it's kind of a cool look. Just thin cardstock. This was a piece of collage paper that I did the brayer over. The only thing is, when you do collage paper, is you get blank spots next to it. If I had put it through the Sizzix first to flatten it, I might not have that issue. Another pocket. Now I did bricks down there. And then I'll probably have Santa popping out the top of the bricks. And I think this was just plain white cardstock under there too. And this is a time card. So you can still see some of the red through there. You get the bright green and you have pink. This was another collage one, so yeah, you can see where the lines of the paper is, which is a cool look. My words go that way. You'd think you couldn't tell which way the words go, but you really can, because there's a Y and there's an F. So that was just plain white. This one was a piece that I had made and distressed. It had, so you can see the blue, but you can't really see the damask that was on it, and I had cracks and everything. It's actually kind of cool as it was. But then I added some brayer. I just added more just to make it different, I guess. So here's one where you could see the grunge that picked up from the mat. And I don't have a gel plate. I just use my plastic mat. And still, you know, once you get that paint wet, it comes back up. And then I use my brayer on top of that to flatten it down. And this was pink paper. Put some of that blue. And then there's some pink stencil, and that was just some plain white cardstock, but you can see a little grunginess picked up on that one too. This is a flashcard, so you can see some of the numbers coming through. This is the score sheet, which is kind of cool. This is another one. So you can kind of see the numbers coming through, which is fun. That was just the plain white. No, this was pink cardstock. You can see it's kind of like, I don't know where my aunt got it, but it had like all the some different shades of pink with a white line that goes between. So you can see that from behind. So that's one way. And then this one, that's one way to use the, use up some cardstock, and it still has some interest, adds some interest. This one, can't tell if I just did brayer or just, I think the brayer was like moving weird, which makes it look like there's paint strokes on there, but there's really not. Let's see, any more? I think that's all of them. Yeah, I was busy. Those are the ones that I mostly did yesterday. And then, I know I even have more than this, like, that's one from some watercolor paper I had. I just put that coffee on there. And then this was an alterations card that I had painted. I think I played with that one in a video, but I'm not sure. And more of that piece from the blue watercolor paper that I added paint to. We saw her. And then this was the, yeah, and I think this is one that I put the gel matte medium on before I added the pictures, which gives it a different texture. And that one was after, I can tell. And I think, I think this one is, it's not shiny, so that might be the gel matte medium as well. This one, I used cardstock, and it was just really awkward to use. And that's when I first used the Sizzix to flatten them out. No, actually it wasn't. I did it on the other ones, and I was like, oh, let me try on this. And you could still feel it, but because I had like cardstock and then cardstock, because this is the Tim Holtz paper, which is, you know, a little thicker. It's thicker than regular paper for sure. And so the two layers just made it really, you know, not pleasant. But once I put it through the Sizzix, it's, you know, still raised up, but not nearly like it was. So now it's much more fun. Now what do I do with the tag that goes in there? Oh, that doesn't match, but yeah, he's a pocket, so another tag can go in him. These cookies I got on, this one's Mod Podge. These cookies I got at dreamstime.com. This one's Mod Podge too, I think. Isn't it so cute? I think he's gel matte medium behind, but he's okay. That's from Tim Holtz ephemera stuff. And that's another, I did these like way back in February, these backgrounds, because I was going to doodle on them while I was up in Maine waiting, you know, have something to do. And, you know, just the hot cocoa and stuff. Coffee drinks. I have a lot of coffee drinks. Also got those at Dreamstime. And this one's from My Porch Prints. And this one's from Tsunami Rose. But it's also a public domain, so you can probably find it pretty much anywhere. But see, a pair of Christmas wishes and this said wishes there. So, you know, how could I not? And that said holly. And then I found a piece of holly into the music paper and thought that was cute. And I lined him up so that it looked like it was, you know, this was his body kind of. But, you know, it was fun. And this one I may have to cut down. But, you know, this had the yellowish colors in it and it went great. This was more of that yellow background. I think she fits inside that tag. Oh well. I'll find it again later. I say as I keep looking for it. From my gingerbread man. He's further back than I think. And this is one of the ones I did yesterday, and this is I want to say this is Pink Monarch prints from the Holly Jarrell. Is that the name of her kit? Let's get some cute papers. And now I need to go look for all my things that I printed for the Pink Santa, except they all had lines on them too. But all right, so this is the kit that Gail showed the other day from Dreams Etc. Oh. Is this doing it or not? Okay. If I've been going in and out blurriness, I'm sorry. I just saw the AF was locked and I just undid that. So some of these are going to be really cute on some of the backgrounds I just had. So I should start at this is all out of order, just so you know. So this is from the ephemera. There's like, you buy this, you have to go to her website. It's not on Etsy, unless it is now. But the other day when I got it, it was not on Etsy yet. You had to go to dreams, DREMZETC.com. And then I searched Cozy Critters. And it's a bundle right now, and hopefully it's still on sale. The regular price is going to be like $38, $39, but right now it's on sale for $19, whatever, about $20. And there's like 5 packs in it, so it's not like, you know, you get, I didn't even print a few of the pages, so you get all these pages, plus you get to print them more than once, plus, all right, hold on, I'm showing you I'm doing this backwards, hold on, let me find because once you see the pages, you'll be like, oh, that's so cute. Okay, here we go, let's try it this way. Now, they're gnomes, but they're so cute. There's a girl gnome and a boy gnome. Even though Gail kept saying he's. I love the sweater here. And these are more Christmassy, but some of the pages can be for all winter. Like this gnome right here, I could, you know, make a pocket out of in a winter journal, and it's not Christmassy. This is more Christmassy. But like the snowflakes, and like that's just that. This I could use too for a winter journal, and that would be fine too. Really, that one I think would work, even though it has the pine cone ornaments. They're still just pine cones and they're cute. So I think that would work for winter. This one has the ornaments, but you know, you could still make it work for winter if you wanted to. He has an ornament, but I don't know. I was thinking that it'd be cute in a winter. I'm gonna have fun playing with them all winter long, and when you see the flannels, you'll be like, yep, that's fun for winter. So it says Dreams Etc. and Company Christmas list, and it's just like a receipt that she created, which is really cute. And like him by himself, perfect for winter. You know, if I just use that in a winter journal, super cute. But plus, what I'm planning on using these for is an altered book, so I would cut them down anyway. So, and him also be perfect in a winter journal. In fact, this whole page could just be a winter journal. Although he makes me think New Year's because of the clock. But still, winter journal. And these are some of the other pages. Like this is generic, really pretty. Not even any snowflakes on it. You could use it all year long. Cute for Christmas or winter, the little sweater. And this one, I mean, I think this one's fairly generic. It's just blue and pink flowers, which coordinate with the kit. And of course this one's Christmas, but it's really cute. And the flannels. Oh, I love the flannels. Love, love, love. And if you're doing a black and white Christmas, you could use this black flannel. And we've got the red and green flannel and the bright green flannel, and you can see where my ink started running out. Although this would have been yellow. Yellow is always what runs out first on my printer because everyone always puts the tan background, which uses my yellow up. And then there's this purpley pink aqua turquoise one. Alright, and then now we have the ephemera little pockets. I didn't print the big pockets either. There's a whole kit in there with big pockets. But I could cut this out and put it on one of my tags, or this. And I could use these as layering. Like, you know, there's different ways to use them. And then, you know, Gail said this too. She used every part of this page. She, you know, so you're not wasting any space on here, which I love. And then here's the Cozy Critters one part. Got the polar bear. I think I downloaded from dreamstime.com. I found a cute little penguin with this orange hat on, which I could still fussy cut him out without the hat, but he'll be perfect in this kit. But see, look, he's just wearing a scarf. It does say Christmas here and has Christmas stuff here, but if I put this on a page, it's winter. So I'm always trying to find ways. And this one definitely, actually that one could work anytime. I mean, it does have some holly, but holly bushes are around all year long. And yeah, he's got candy canes, but I still would probably use him in a winter journal. That whole page is cool, and the textile that she's got going on there again too. He's so cute. Then they all have little antlers. It's so funny. Let's see, and then here's some more ephemera and pockets. Got the flannel pockets and some deer. A little torn. Oh, Rachel from Roxy Creations would love that. Got a hole in the fabric. She loves the holes in the fabric. Mistletoe, but you can still use that in a winter journal, I think. And a little polar bear, definitely could use it in a winter journal. Winter journal. Joy, Mary, Wish, Noel, little wreath. And these, I think, wait, did I print two of these? Nope, those are two different ones. You've just got the words twice, which they're almost, I guess, oh, you know what? I think these could be used on, you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say, right? The projector slide thingies. And see, just winter. Christmas is cut out there, so winter. And you can wish and dream all winter long. Definitely winter. That could be winter, winter, winter. Candles, winter. Star ornament. It could still be winter. You got stars in the winter. Oh my goodness. The lantern, this is just fussy cutting here. I'll have to cut some of those out to work on some of those tags. And once I get focal points on all the tags, I'll show them again. And just some more. I just love these. And I love that she gave us some to just be able to fussy cut out and put on a big tag if we wanted to. Got a little mailbox there. Oh, something's in my eye. And then more words. But, you know, peace, joy, blessed, laughter, love, love and harmony, cozy, let it snow, all could be used in a winter journal. You know, I like things where it can be more than just Christmas. If there's stuff in it I can use for more than just Christmas, that makes me so happy. So that is at dreamsetcetera.com, DREMZETC.com. I will probably not remember to link it in the thing. And then I have all this fussy cutting. And then, you know, I've got stuff from... Most of the stuff I got was from Dreams Etc. for Christmas this year. Antique Papery, Tsunami Rose for some fussy cutting, my porch prints, and Pink Monarch prints. Those are some of my favorites that I found this year. Tell me in the comments where some of your favorite kits and where you got them. Let's share the love and, you know, have everybody be able to go find something and support. Or, haha, guess what I found? Alright, and support our Etsy shops. So after I did a PNG on some of this fussy cutting stuff, I backed them. So this background paper is, I believe it is from, it's either My Porch Prints or Pink Monarch Prints. They had similar backgrounds, some of them. But now I don't have to fussy cut these as much. I could just cut more loosely around them, and it's not going to be just a stark white background. And these I could just, that could be the background. And then I also got like the pink. I wanted to, before everybody was doing pink, I was like, I want to do a pink and teal journal this year. So yeah, I finally went ahead and just got some pink stuff. And unfortunately, my printer started, I didn't realize till, you can't see it here. You'll see it as time goes by, you'll see the lines. So this is why I made so many of the pink painted tags. Love the train. So these, like 8 per page, and there's like 22 in this kit, I think. 22 pages for $2.50. The best way to get the right link is to go onto Facebook, like Tsunami Rose Designs, and then find where she's got her shop listed and click. Because when I just go to tsunamirose.net and I try to click add to cart for some of the Christmas things, it just goes in wait mode. But when I went through the link on her Facebook group or Facebook page, I got to the right place and was able to do it. So yeah, here you can see where the lines started. But hopefully, since they're smaller and there's just, you know, some lines, it'll just make it look more retro. Because, I mean, I will print the ones I like, but I don't want to have to reprint them all and not be able to use any of these. You know what I'm saying? But see, now you see why I have some that are like the bright green and the pink, because I knew there was stuff like that in the blue. So yeah, there's a lot of these retro. Basically, she went in and like, these would have been red, so she just changed the color red to pink, which I don't have that. My what I use for my photos, my editing, I can't do that. But she probably has like Photoshop or something. But now see these lines, they don't show up as much on the, maybe that's, oh never mind, that's the wallpaper. I was gonna say it looks like wallpaper, but there's not as many lines on the rest of this. A little bit of lines there. Guess that's the wallpaper. Don't mind me. Puppy! I found some of these online too, because they're just public domain. I just search vintage illustrations, public domain, or like the watercolor ones I like the ones that My Porch Prints, that Stephanie uses at My Porch Prints. Some similar items to those can be found at royalty-free sites where you pay to get the unwatermarked piece, which is what dreamstime.com is. I've mentioned it a couple times now. I'm just excited to have like some artwork I can use that not everybody has. I mean, I can't make digitals out of it, I don't think, without buying the extended license. But I can use them in printed form in my books and brochures. It says brochures and flyers and booklets. So I would think if I made like a pocket full of tags, that could be considered a booklet. And the thing you have to pay the extended license for would be like for mass producing like cards and T-shirts and mugs and stuff like that, where you're sending the digital to a company to have them produced. And that's not what I'm doing. So I think I'm fine, I hope. Oh my goodness. Make that craft stuff. Oh, what was the thing somebody posted today? Santa Claus, it was a little thing, it was the night before Christmas and I was stuck to the tree with glue, blah blah blah, and Santa found me and I said, what'd you bring me, Santa? He took one look at my craft space and said, nothing. You have too much stuff already. I'll come back next year. I don't know, you'd have to read it. It was funny. Oh, look, that's got a little price tag on it. So yeah, there's 2 kits here of the pink stuff. And then here's where my lines really started messing up. I just found these online for public domain. And that one, I've seen Stephanie and My Porch Prints use that one, but I think it was also a public domain that was in, okay, so yeah, there's lines in all these. Most of these are public domain ones that I found online, but they're also I mean, some of them are also in the Tsunami Rose kit. But that one I found online, that one I found online, that one I found online. That one was not in Tsunami Rose. Found that one online. Found those online, and the Jingle Bells. I just did these in different sizes because I can use them in layering. Because it just says Grand Christmas Exposition. So it's just kind of cool looking. Found that one online, found that one online, found that one online. They all said they were public domain. And then when I see ones like this that were public domain online, and I see that people are selling them in their kits, then I kind of know they're public domain, because a lot of the fussy cutting you get from other people is just a compilation of public domain stuff that they've gotten. And so, and some of it though might be enhanced to give it a clearer look. I don't know. So I turned these mushrooms into a PNG, which you can do online. You can change PDFs to a JPEG or a JPEG to a PNG free online. Just search how to do that and it'll come up. And that's how I did that. And then this is a little watercolor background that I got at dreamstime.com. And now I don't have to fussy cut those mushrooms. I can just fussy cut around that and have a really cool thing. And then this is the other set of the pink from Tsunami Rose. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun playing with these this afternoon, and then I'll probably do another video showing you some finished tags. And if I paint some more tags, I will turn the video on, because that's one thing that I was asked when I basically showed like some pictures of my tags, because I did splatters, and then showed a picture of my phone which was covered with splatters, still is. I think if I take an alcohol wipe, that will help. I've been kind of like scraping with my thumbnail. But yeah, they're like, how did you do that? I was like, well, I did show you in my live. I think this one's teal. These, I'm gonna have to look up where I got these from. But if you look on Etsy and look up grid digitals, they'll come up. And this is the rainbow one. So I've got some teal, some blue, which is actually pretty similar to the other graph paper, but it's had a different name to it. Some pink, more pink, and green, and then I also have red. I like all the colors of the rainbows, but I was picking out colors that would be and he's so cute. We love him, and he was public domain, and he's just so. I have him. Where did I put him? He's in my I have a tag. Yeah, when I did it on Sunday, she was just like, I need him. See how cute he is? Like, he works anywhere. He's got a red collar. You can put him on a Christmas tag, on a fall tag, any tag. He's just super cute. So yeah, look for public domain stuff, people. And sometimes I save it. If it's a PNG, I have to save it, or I just get this black. I can't copy and paste it. But sometimes I just copy and paste it into my editing software, which I use the Photoshop Pro 5.0, which actually I like my old not the Photoshop, the Print Shop. Sorry, the Print Shop. My old version of the Print Shop actually did more stuff, but it stopped working, so I didn't have a choice. I had to buy the new one because the old one just wasn't working anymore. But unfortunately, I used to be able to like crop more around stuff better. And now I can only crop in like shapes, like round, square, heart, whatever. And I can't do a more detailed crop like I used to be able to. That's the one thing that I don't like about the newer version of the Print Shop. Someday I'll be able to buy Photoshop maybe, but you know, until I can actually create my own designs, everything else that's out there has pretty much been done, so. You know, I'm not really into the vintage thing. Retro, yes, I love the retro. You know, like that's like more retro. And that's retro. I love the retro. The more older vintage pre-1900 stuff, it's not really my thing. I like retro, you know. Things that were 20 years old when I was young. And is now, you know, 70 years old. I'm old now. All right, y'all have a delightful day. And I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. And if I get another video done today, I'll pop it up, which will give you something else to watch. If you know, you're looking for something to do on Thanksgiving, and I'm just gonna go create and have fun. I did find my art journal though, so I was gonna do a Thanksgiving page, so you know, I might go ahead and do that. So have a delightful day, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to the people in the United States, and if you're not in the United States, bonus video. Love you guys.